Greetings, everyone. This is Eternal Hero Elrond, also known as Elrond Lighttongue, and welcome to World of Warcraft discussion. Well, what we're going to cover today is my thoughts and the topic of an expansion relating to the old gods, but not specifically the old gods, but the Great Sea, the Sea of the Unknown. Now, if you are watching the screen, I am traveling through Bashir, one of the probably one of my most favorite visual zones I've ever been to. You see, when new expansions come, we always figure, we might do something with the Jara and her Naga. Because the last time we checked, oh bloody hell, legendary cloak thingy. Basically, would eventually take the fight to the Naga, or the Naga would start up first. My opinion on that, sorry for this, would be that Ajara and her Naga would start up the fight, basically before the expansion's released. I truly believe that this would be a worthy thing to do for the expansion. Not just the content patch. No, I don't believe it deserves just a content patch. It deserves much more than that. My idea would the ideas that we would have is we get mostly related stuff to Nizar, the old god that was behind death, or the power came with. So you see, what really is we could see more old god related stuff as we get more I hate more underwater content. Now I know what you people are gonna say, it wasn't that good, people didn't like it. I have to ask, how many out of the whole people that have played were complaining about it? And I know some people don't like it because it's you're underwater and it bothers them, but I have to disagree. It doesn't really bother me, and it's not real. And believe me, there are some things that do scare me in video games, so I can sympathize with that very highly, and I feel for it. But really, I don't think it should hold it back. The expansion content. I mean, if you're looking at this right now, it's not that bad. You'll say, "Oh, but there was combat was bad." Well, to be fair, it was one of the very first times you actively stayed underwater for such a long time. So I think in Blizzard's defense, they could be given a little bit of leeway because it was their first time doing so. This is when the Ghost problem still happened, so he kind of knew some stuff about underwater. Now, what I also would like to say is there are other ways around this. I mean, they could have an island. You could have, something unrelated to the underwater content. Like, have a small isle. Maybe go to Zandalar as, like, an off area that, not related to Zandalar. I mean, Naga Ajara story. I mean, so far we're in Bashir, and, that's really all the zone we get. But if you look on the map, look at the map. In total, we're not that map-wise. We're not that far. We're kind of far away from the maelstrom, but we can get closer if we. I'm going to show where exactly that is. Basically, I'm sure if Blizzard could add more underwater zones, I know people don't like it, but really feel that would be a great way to explore. I mean, last year was a beautiful zone. I mean, if you look at it now, it looks amazing still. Yes, it was part of Cataclysm, and some people may not want to admit this, but even even sore spots of light, you have to admit there is going to be some silver lining or gold amongst all the dirt. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, I would. Let's see. We could get even heck. We could even get more a lot of old god related stuff. Heck, like find a bunch of faceless ones in an old god centric zone. I'm not even talking about um kind of like Twilight Highlands or whatever. No, I mean the whole bloody zone is old god fucked up. I mean, Blizzard's team is evolving to be much massiver, and I think they can do one big zone. Now let's look at this right now. These tentacles are coming from the ground. We all know where the old god is. They're in under the earth. And I think it would be interesting if we had an old god related zone that had a bunch of tentacles everywhere and stuff. Questing, I mean, the sky, or I should say, the twisted nether is the limit. And here comes the legendary quest. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I really think it would add a lot of interesting. I know we've dealt with old gods all of them. Oh, old gods, old gods. Yes, I know. Trust me. But the old gods are interesting in that respect. I think they are interesting as an interesting, parasite, insane driving threat as for being involved in all of these origins. Not so much. That's where I'm like, okay, no, not cool. But I digress. I just think dealing with Ajara, and she technically is serving Zoa in a way, although I think Ajara would try to be above that. And I think it would be interesting if Ajara tries to one side Zoa when we finally get to raid her. Now, my idea would be how would she come? Well, one idea I actually had a dream. Yes, I had a dream. It was actually quite funny. The dream where like basically everywhere the sea or massive waters, oceans of water. I mean, there would still be oceans, ocean, massive waters come and flood the world, the eastern kingdoms and Calico. In other words, our cities would be kind of, pools of water in there everywhere, stuff like that. And see where I'm getting at? With flood, Stormwind would be flooded. Hey, even trying for Nasus. Stormwind, all the cities would have flooding issues. And one could also eventually small pit, flooding does have its real work, but not on this massive scale because it's fantasy world. I think it would be an awesome creative event. I don't know if the war like a random creative event specifically is yet. No, more I'm getting off topic. That would be the starter pre. I don't. I think this would be probably a really cool idea. A bunch of Naga invading, say for the harbor, like storming harbor. I think I remember like apparently I was in the game when this happened. Yeah, still fucking hilarious. Basically, Naga enemies are coming from the water and the sea. And I could say at one second have some Kraken, some giant ass sea creatures coming to invade the next time. I think that would be kind of crazy and awesome. I know Blizzard doesn't always go super crazy and stuff, but you know, I really believe with what they have created, it can really make some crazy ass shit even so massive. And as for lower players who aren't at that level yet, I think one way they can do that is with phasing and when people have on things or just a buff or something in the memory system from Rift that basically lower players can participate, but when they're in mentor mode, the enemies that they fight will be at that level. I don't know how that would work out, but it would be kind of messy, but it's nice. It would be cool if you can have low levels participate. They don't have to. You know, it's probably the same way. Sort of how I look at it, had a cool concept, you know, the earthquakes and whatnot, and that was pretty cool. I mean, I really think they should do more premium stuff, like even if it's kind of, let's say like a few months after, let's say if they were doing this after Warcraft was already happened. Let's say 3 to 4 months have passed of raids, SOO or something, whatever, start raid. It would start to really small precursors of what's happening later. Like what dealing with the Naga, let's say certain areas are getting flooded, or like random Naga were approaching on certain areas with the FC. Now we use a horde account. Let's say blatantly say some Naga tried crashing up and doing bad shit and screwing up their harbor. That would be nice. Like a little, it's small. I mean, it doesn't even have to get anything. Not like in Warlords, they're having these storms. Have like a random rare pop up. It's a non. Yeah, it might spoil what's coming. Something small before Warlords or before the next expansion or era comes out. I think that would be really nice. Small thing. Obviously, this would have to obviously this might not go well since with the BlizzCon coming up. You might have to like know be a bit conspicuous and kind of not spoil the surprise. And so I think that would really help. That's for free. The other idea is basically raising all the sea level stuff that's underwater. Basically stuff like Bashir and all the other new zones that would come in the expansion up to land level. Because she has this legendary tide weapon thingy that yeah, this would help in the aspect of well, this would push. She's becoming a big threat here and now, and thus you would take the fight to her. On the other hand, it doesn't seem like a very good advantage to just push all the water up and start fighting. But that would be a more safe solution. So there is that. I don't. Another small idea they could do is, do some underwater content, which again I highly fix up the combat mechanics in there, and I really think they've come a long way. It's from Cat, and we're about to enter Warlord, so that's like 2 expansions ago. So yeah. Also, those bubble cities that of the race of Jar Jar Binks in Episode 1 of Star Wars. Yeah, I'm going way off topic with this, but it has something similar to that, and that would actually you're not underwater, but you're certainly be quest in that area, so you don't feel fear. That is actually one way that could work. You know what I'm saying? I think that would one way work. Now, as for the storyline itself, I say Ajara would, be the one that, does all the seaways for herself with masses of knowledge. Just masses, like much more than originally when they first were created. Because obviously not my, at least how I would take it. They have eggs and they create more naga. But I'm getting into the anyway, the naga would keep pushing, and obviously the big cinematic would show, kind of like cat. Kind of like now it's good about the end fail. Now then, I don't know what big whole story arc, but then think I think the best way to handle it is if Malfurion, Stormrage, and Tyrande, Whisperland, are kind of the, figureheads. I'm not saying I'll be nine of the alliance. I mean, they're basically the characters that are deeply involved in. I'm not saying humans can't get involved. I really think they should be. I think Night Elves should take a more big involvement. What I mean is they are basically, kind of showing us. I mean, I don't know how much in lore humans know about Naga. I mean, we get, you know, I mean, I think the Night Elves should kind of like, or even Tyrande and Alfirian talk about their history. Kind of like, why did Ajara become what, learn more, so the humans and other races can learn more about Ajara and what threat she is. And this would be kind of a good way for the Night Elves to get involved, and it would be a good help. As much as the normal Night Elf fans like to say, is basically not fair to Toronto. I say still have a bunch of humans or even small humans. I don't think Barry fits in this specific. Don't know about Jaina, much as I love her. I don't know how she could fit in. It's difficult. It's kind of difficult to figure this out. So yeah, I'm sure Blizzard can fix out the little details on how to do this, but maybe Jaina could come out of the fact that she's a mage, one of the powerful mages, and Najara is pretty much is sorceress, but you know, super much older, has lived much longer and top tier. Like her power was able to match Manaros and give him pause. The great Pitlord that doomed your race. So I don't know how the Horde can get involved in this. I really don't. Not even trying. Oh, you're lying, please. I just don't know. I mean, they could do something. I just don't know how. It's a bit difficult. Although I think maybe the Tauren could get a bit more involved since they know Night Elves a bit better, so it might, you know, get more Tauren out there that kind of show, the other races about it. And even, no, wait, oh, wait, I forgot. The Blood Elves, they're kind of related to the Highborn, the Jorah's Highborn, so that could technically be involved, although Blood Elves have been getting more love than usual. But that's in terms of being paladins, and I have a separate rant for that, and that's for another time. So I think Tauren could get a little bit of sight Horde side, but mainly I want Night Elves and the Alliance to be have a because they have a somewhat bigger connection, in my opinion, to this, and the Horde have a slight opposite, and they all have in terms of the old. Now, as for the old gods, I think what I want is we get really, really close and basically really close to the Maelstrom. Now, obviously, we couldn't enter the Maelstrom basically underwater parts. And just thinking about this gives me the creeps and goosebumps. Not goosebumps, just gives me the creeps underwater. I don't know. There's just something about the Maelstrom that just gives me the fucking creeps. And seeing underwater. I don't know why. It gives me the fucking creeps. See, now let's look at the map. See, we're not that far off. I mean, I don't know how many miles that would be, but we're not that far off from the mail. So there is that. Also, not off. I don't know if that could be a zone or an old god ground system. I think since we would be treading into some old god territory, we could learn more about that. Maybe learn more. Do the old gods have their own separate realm? Like, do they allocate in the Shadow Realm? The Twisted Nether, Twilight, stuff like that. Like, could be learn about that. Or are they just underground? So, I think it would be cool if they had their own chaotic old god realm that ends on Azeroth, where they're underground, but at the same time, their true essence is literally an old chaotic realm. I don't know what it would look like, but a lot of blackness. Just not a good place to be. That's some of the ideas I think it would be nice to address it on this. And I also think it would continue the Bashir storyline because we finally finished that storyline. As for fighting the Tide Hunter, I don't know if we would fight him, but it'd be interesting. I do think we should save him. I do think in the end we should save him. Let's save him. I think that would really help. Oop, FPS flag. FPS is correct. So, yeah, I don't know what that was all about. Anyway, I also think, I don't know features wise, but I think I'd also like to advocate this is not related to Ajara specifically, but keep the rare hunting, like see this creature right here, make that almost like a rare, and hunting all this stuff. So yeah, that is my take on the Ajara expansion. Yes, a lot of old god stuff, but mostly just fighting. I don't really care about race origins. I mean, I really wish they should have just left the race origins alone, unrelated to the old god. It seems cooler that way. I like it that they tried to subvert the races and corrupt them. That's about it, not origin related. So there is that. So I think that's a nice way to start the genre expansion. So I think that would be really nice and cool. All these ideas, I think, in my opinion, should be taken into consideration. Any Blizzard persons out there watching, I hope you read these ideas and I hope you take it into consideration, which is probably already being developed anyway, but who knows. I just hope it's a worthy, and I know people don't want a genre to be defeated that easily. Yeah, I know. I'd argue that maybe the Tide Hunter would help us, along with Neferi and Tyrande. Now, I can't say for Illidan. Maybe he could be involved, but I don't know. It might be weird, because I don't know how Illidan always felt about it. I mean, he served people that were under her at the War of the Ancients, but I wasn't that specifically. So, yeah, see, I don't know. So there is that. And I really tried up on that idea. I'm really dried up. So I really hope you enjoyed that. If you'd like to add more to this discussion, please comment, give feedback. Thank you for watching this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and watch the video. I apologize for the legendary cloak nonsense that keeps popping up. I can do about it. I didn't feel like taking it off. Please spread this video around with friends who like the World of Warcraft discussion. I really hope you can hear my voice. I'm sorry if it sounds bad. I'm sorry it was a little dull, but this is more of this big discussion video. So again, the Eternal Hero Elrond, also known as Elrond Lifetime. Please rate, comment, subscribe. A little shameless, I must admit. but I'm trying to get up there. So thank you for supporting me and have a good day.